Right.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Jeff here, Forex trading for beginners. You know, it's all about changing lives. Quickly going to show you one of a couple of formulas you can use for trading indices. Now, this may be slightly different to your broker, so please check. Okay, so what I've got here, let me just see if I can share my screen first of all. I hope you can all see this here. So we have a formula here. This here, we have your balance of an example of 10,000, an example of 50,000, 100,000. Yeah, I can even put here an example of 1,000. Yeah. So step one is always, rather than focus on pips, focus on how much you're willing to. There's risk involved in every single trade you do. So therefore, it's important to understand the potential losses. Yeah, we're hoping to win. Whether it be the risk is 1-to-1, 2-to-1 for us, 3-to-1 to us, 5-to-1, 10 to whatever it may be. But it's good to know the maximum goal. And I'm going to show you this formula. So I'm going to use my calculators as well as this. I always say to everybody, bring your calculator when you come in my sessions. So I'm going to type in $1,000, pounds, whatever, euros, whatever it is. And you have to ask yourself how much you're willing to risk. The balance, just say 1%. So just type in 1%. Now, what's 1% of 1,000? So what's multiplied by 1% is 10. Yep. So put 10 there. So you're willing to risk $10 if it's at 1%. Just type in there 1%. Is that there? Now the next thing you would do is you'd say, well, you would look at your risk to reward and what would that stop loss be? So number of pips for your stop loss. Yeah. So let's just say in this example, we use the number 20. Yeah. So what we do, your $10 here, you divide by the 20 pips. So we divide that by the 20 pips. And you get the number of 0.5. Yep. Then based on that, you've then got options here. Yep. And then this is why the size of account is really important with the indices. Because with the FTMO as an example, you have a unit size 10. These are units. So what you're then supposed to do is divide that by 10, which would give you 0.05 of a lot size, 0.05. Yeah. So what we're really saying in there, how much you're willing to risk. So 1% is $10. And if you lost that, your lot size, this is United States indices. If you're doing overseas ones, if you're in the US, using US indices, yeah, this is what you use. If you're using one that's different to your trading currency, there's one extra bit of the formula. But let's keep it simple. So repeat, balance. Question you ask yourself, how much you're willing to risk? 1% there, which is $10. Yep. What's your stop loss? So 1,000 multiplied by 1% is 10. Okay, you divide that by your stop loss, divide that by 20, 0.5. Yep. Divide it by 10 is 0.05. And then we just do the exact same formula. So let's say you have 10,000. Let's say using an FTMO, $10,000 account. How much you're willing to risk? 1, 2, 3%. Let's use 1% just as an example. Okay. So what's 1% of 10,000? Multiply by 1%. is 100 US dollars. Okay, so we lost this trade, you'll be losing US dollars. Okay, what's your stop loss? Let's say this one's 50. Yep. So what you then do is you take $100, which is the amount you're willing to risk, and divide that by 50. It's 2. Then you divide that by 10. And that gives a lot size of 0.2. That's a lot size there. Easy. Guys, I'll pick this up. 50,000. Yeah, 50,000. Let's say this time we're going to risk 2%. Yep, we're going to risk 2%, just as an example. So we type in 50,000, multiplied by 2% equals, so we're prepared to lose this one, $1,000, because that's 2%. Stop loss, let's say it's 50 pips. So what we do is we divide 1,000 by 50, and which is, the answer is 20. And we divide the 20 by 10, because the unit size, and our lot size for that is 2.0. And that's, sorry, 2, that's at 2%. As you know there. Yep, I could probably add another formula if you want to add stuff in. So let's see what 100,000 account. And you notice if you watched my recordings this morning, with 9% growth. Yep, with only two trades. So 100,000. Yep. Some people might be able to do 1%, 2%, 3%, but let's stay with 2%. So about 100,000. It's the exact same trades. The only difference is we're adding a 0 on the end. The exact same trades. 100,000 and multiplied by 2% is 200. Sorry. Sorry, multiplied by 2% is 2,000. Yep. 2%. So we divide this number here by number of pips. Let's say the number of pips was 50. Yeah, so we divide that by 50. We get the number 40. Okay, we then divide that by 10. And we got a lot size of 4. Now, that is 2%. It was 9% this morning. So if that was 1%, you'd have made $9,000 today. Today, you'd have made $9,000 today. 2 trades. What I'm going to do this again tomorrow. Okay. I'm going to add this on to the end of every set, so it gets it in. This is what you'll be making. This is using indices. It's very, very similar actually to the way currencies work. Just the only thing is, it's just a lot easier to work out for some people. So that's it. I hope this helps. Any questions, get back to me. But please check with your own broker. Please check with your own broker. The last time I checked with FTMO, this here was the standard we call units. So summary, the balance. Ask yourself how much. How much am I willing to risk? What percentage? 1%. Maybe I can change these around. Put the number. Divide that number by the number of pips for stop loss. So we're always finding out a risk to reward first. We are always looking at the percentage loss, therefore we're looking at the percentage gain. Yep. Now we understand in the ninjas we're only allowed to report pips because of the FCT or whatever it may be, financial regulatory bodies. We don't allow us to talk about percentage growth, so we can talk about pips. But you know yourself. What's important is that. If I can help in any way, perfect. It's Jeff here, Forex Trading Beginners, and I'll see you, as always, I say, at top. Have a great day, and I probably will be trading later on tonight, to possibly 3 a.m.